The long and short of leveraged ETFs. So I was digging around my Excel files looking for an interesting chart for this week's bonus chart section in the weekly S&P 500 chart storm. And this one stood out due to an interesting pattern popping up, or down as the case may be. So the chart here is showing you the aggregated leverage long and short US equity ETF assets under management, and that's shown overlaid against the S&P 500. The level of assets under management, or AUM, is interesting, but the movement and pattern of moves is especially intriguing. So first of all, yes, it's interesting that that green line is, moved up very sharply and then collapsed and then has actually made an initial rebound, but it's the red line that looks the most interesting to me. After a surge in assets and leveraged short equity ETFs, we've seen a clear peak. And it's this type of, run up, peak, and roll over that we've seen before, for instance, in 2020, very, very starkly and significantly, and then perhaps to a less obvious degree also in 2009, and much more subtly in that 2016-17 period where, the market took off again. So it does appear to be a sort of type of market bottoming signal. So it's another one for their technical bulls, and in some respects a sign or a symptom of the shorts giving up in the face of adversity as the market pushes higher, and as that narrative slowly shifts progressively bullisher, and those tropes of the year-end seasonal Santa Claus rally are wheeled out. I would say though, sadly, we don't have this data going all the way back to the early 2000s. I think it would be quite informative if we did, because I'd say that that is definitely a lot of macro market parallels to that time period. Because if we look at this, the reason for that is the leverage long and short ETFs were only launched around 2006 and only really started to flourish post 2008. So on this one, we're left waiting and watching to see if history repeats, as I kind of alluded to there, or if history gets made, perhaps as it might have unfolded during the 2000s. So definitely one to watch as things start to get really interesting in markets, especially with the latest price action that many of us are paying very close attention to. So if you enjoyed this was the bonus chart from the weekly S&P 500 chart storm. You can subscribe to that or check it out with the link in the description, or go to chartstorm.substack.com.